Hey, so antipsychotics, do they work? Are they necessary? Or do they ruin people's lives? I mean, personally, I don't believe in antipsychotics. I mean, I think there's probably a time and a place for them, but at the same time, you don't want to abuse medication. It's a drug, so you don't want to abuse drugs, you know? Um, I think there's so many arguments that stand against medication like antipsychotics. Um, so many people say um, antipsychotics are bad for you, and then there are people who say it's good for you. I mean, people say things like the world's corrupt. I mean, um, I know I've said this. The world's corrupt, and the nurses and the doctors are only giving you it because that's their job. They get paid for it. If they never gave any antipsychotics or any medication like that, then they wouldn't have a job. You know, um, it's all about money. Um, but then there's other arguments that say, they're professionals. They know what they're doing. Um, I mean, I think there's, like I say, I think there's a time and a place for medication like that, antipsychotics. I think there's a time and a place for antipsychotics. You know, if you're going through, let's say, schizophrenia, let's say you're schizophrenic, whatever that even means. Um, I barely understand what it means, to be honest, but um, and you have an episode, then maybe medication is necessary. Um, it's hard. It's hard to say, but maybe it's a situation. It's depends on the situation, and it's like at the end of the day, if someone really wants medication and they're asking for it, that's gonna make them happy, then give them the medication. Um, um, but if they don't want the medication, you shouldn't force it on somebody. And that's the problem with the world. I mean, the problem with the world, and I know the problem in my situation is doctors and nurses force medication on me. I don't have a say in it. If I don't take my medication, they're gonna put me back into hospital. They threaten me with that, you know. And no one wants to be in hospital. It's not a nice place to be. No one wants to be in a psychiatric ward. It's not a nice place to be. Um, you know, I think again, there's a time and a place for it's that's like punishment, isn't it? If you force somebody to take the medication, say if you don't take it, we'll put you back into hospital. There's a time and a place to do something like that. If like the person's misbehaving, maybe it's okay to say something like that to that person. Maybe it's okay to control them like that, because maybe there's a time and place to control a person. It's like punishing a person for bad behaviors. I think it's important to punish people when they are behaving badly, you know? And I know that I've been punished a lot in my life for my behaviors. Um, and it's for the best, it's for my own good. You know, even though I don't like being punished, I do believe it is for my own good when I get punished like that. But sometimes there have been times where I get punished unnecessarily, and the punishment is too harsh. Um, so yeah, with medication like antipsychotics, I think there's a time and a place for it. Um, but also with punishment, like I say, it's important not to punish somebody too harshly. You know, at the end of the day, we're all smart enough to understand what's for our own good, what's best for us. We're all smart enough to know what's best for us. Um, deep down, like if you look into yourself, you can work out and you'll figure out what's best for you. You know. So that's it, really. That's all I want to say. All right, bye.